well done. Loz remembered the mic at the very last second. Well done, Lozzie.
I'm on it tonight.
It's a good job because I am not. As you can see, we have had a long drive home from York this weekend.
Oh, it's been a nice weekend, though, hasn't it? York's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, York is really, really nice. And we will get to the competition, but let's see who is in the chat. We've already had a quick scroll and we're very excited to see Monica Ver Magnuson, but there's been a hitch in the hitching.
What's Monica doing in here today?
We'll get to that though. First off, let's just say hello to everyone. Elizabeth's here, Heather, tattoo zoologist, Nicholas is here. Thank you so much, Fred, for starting the evening the Fred way and gifting some memberships.
I should probably apologise for not being on last week as well.
Yes.
It was there's a lot going on. It was Father's Day in the UK, so we were out for the day.
We were out for the day.
Then the football was on.
The football was on. Yeah.
You know, people in Europe right now, we've got the European Championships going on, and England were playing. And there was a few other things as well that was going on. But
yeah, it was our anniversary weekend as well. So we had a nice.
We've had a nice kind of week, really.
We have. We've crammed so much into 1 week. It's hard to believe it's only been
a week.
Yeah,
it seems like ages ago. Doesn't
yes,
it?
And we've got Fred here with a super chat. Thank you, Fred. Good morning, afternoon, evening, all. Hope all is well. First, congrats to Maggie and Monica. May you have a happy and healthy life for many decades to come. And congrats to Kane and Lucy.
Indeed.
Yes, so getting to Monica, she is here. Here she is.
All.
Monica Ver Magnuson, very, very fancy. And she said here that poor Maggie hasn't actually made it back yet because there was a power outage in Manchester. So he is, he'll be on a plane in 30 minutes. What a disaster.
Oh.
But reading further,
You're on it.
they actually legally did the registrar stuff on Tuesday, but like today was supposed to be the ceremony with the family and all that sort of stuff. So she is officially already Mrs. Ver Magnuson.
And it is official because it's on YouTube.
Because it's on YouTube, yes. What more could she possibly need?
Well, I hope he gets back to you soon and safely, Monica.
Yeah. God, I'd be stressed. But yes, back to Kane and Lucy. What a great competition. Oh,
two great competitions.
Yes.
Actually, there was three. The Champions League was yesterday as well, and that was another great competition as well. However, we will focus on Britain's Strongest Woman and England's Strongest Man to start with.
What a day, Laze. What a long day.
Long day for... Well, I was thinking about this. It was a long day, but it's no longer than plenty of days I've done at like the Arnold's or Rogue and stuff like that.
To be fair, yeah.
It's just long because normally Giants Live is an evening show.
Yeah, and also it's the emotional toll that it takes because you get to that, as the competition's ending, then there's a little bit of a, and then you sort of got to get going again. It was.
But when the athletes are doing so well, it does bring you kind of up for it.
Yeah,
you know, like I was a little bit tired after the end of the men's show, and then once the women started, you're kind of up for it again.
You forget about everything else. And
but some amazing performances. I mean, Kane, you got the prediction right.
I got that prediction right.
Smug bugger.
I know.
But both of us were almost wrong because Andy Flynn was incredible all weekend.
Yes, he was.
And actually, I thought he had it sewn up going into the stones because he's a decent stone lifter.
Yeah.
But Kane, well, firstly, I think about 5 athletes did the stones in like 21 seconds.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
There was like some really good times. Kane came out and absolutely smashed it in like 18 seconds.
18 seconds.
And Andy ended up being around the 24 seconds.
Yeah, so which isn't a bad run at all.
Not bad, but with so many quick times. And Kane took the win. So massive congratulations to Kane. You know, we love that guy. He's an absolute warrior. Performed really, really well all weekend and deserved the win.
He did.
Top 3... You know, it was a really strong competition. The standard continues to improve in the UK. Paddy Haynes had a terrible start, bless him. You know, on an event he should probably win, but it's one of those events that's easy to make a mistake on, and he messed up. But he kept fighting, brought himself back into comp, ended up in 3rd. Luke Richardson, good to see him back and looking chilled and happy.
I really loved. I don't know. I'm guessing probably most people here watched the live stream anyway. But if you missed it, he skipped the deadlift, and on the microphone afterwards, he said, you know, I had to sort of teach myself to come to a competition and enjoy it, even without going for the win.
He's always been like so 100% all the time, which is why he's so good, you know. But sometimes you have to just take that foot off the gas, and I think this will be good for him to build on because he looked good, but he's nowhere near his best at the moment. And you know, he realizes even without doing an event, he came 4th for England's Strongest Man. You know, and deadlifting is a good event for him. Obviously, he's coming back from a torn hamstring, and he just needs more time to build that hamstring strength and deadlift strength back up. But good to see him compete. Some really good performances from some of the other lads. A guy that I coach, Joe Oliver, super proud of him. He had a bad end to the competition. He was actually in 5th place going into the stones and messed up. But so many good performances throughout.
A lot of the guys really improving from last year as well. I was really impressed with Ben Glasgow.
I was just going to say Ben.
He's very good. William Ralph as well. Is it Ralph?
Yes.
Ralph.
Yeah.
Yes, he was very good.
He's been under 105 competitor, just recently won the under 120 kilo class.
Okay.
And fantastic competitor.
But only 24 years old as well. A lot of very young men coming up through the ranks in
loads of good talent out there. Loads.
Very exciting. And then obviously the women's competition.
The women's competition was, everyone was expecting the battle between Lucy and Rebecca.
Yeah.
But there were some great performances all around.
Laura Baxter was leading at the middle of the competition. She has improved. Like last year, she struggled on the power events. And she was like, wait until we get to the moving ones. And I expected a little bit more of the same this year, but we didn't see that. She's really improved.
She was still great on her overall strength.
Events. Oh, yeah. No, she was brilliant on moving, but you saw that improvement in
definitely getting stronger.
Yeah, definitely. So,
and Donna Moore was amazing as well.
Donna was brilliant. So, I love to see Donna do well because she is the first name in Strongwoman that I knew.
Really?
Well, her and Gemma Magnuson actually, but she was the first name, and it's so good to see her still competing. But also doing really well.
Funny. Me and Terry were watching, and it's so funny watching the women because they hug each other beforehand and they're friendly.
I know, before they go out.
And me and Terry were like, could you imagine us hugging each other before they like, I wanted to rip your head off.
But they managed to perform the way they do without that aggression, Lozzie. That's what makes them so special.
It's good. But no, it was great to watch. It really was.
Very aggressive. Deary me. Lots of congratulations to Monica. Paris had a travel question for me, but so Liz, the travel agent,
Auntie Liz,
wants to change our return flight to layover on the Sunday, but it will cost £200, or we can book one way. I don't. The question. Obviously, you're limited to the amount of to what you can type, but let me know if you still have a question. Hi everyone. Has anyone watched Martine's collab with Kyriakos Grizzly yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
But it's going to be on my to watch list.
Yes.
100%. Very jealous. Oh, poor Maggie. He's put her right shit in.
People saying Martine's video is really good.
Oh, he's put a right shift in.
Did you just say JT?
I didn't say it. Michael did. He's put a right let there.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh no. Lots of people worried about Maggie. Hello, Darren. Hello, Matty.
Hey, there's Ben.
Oh, there's Ben. Ben, we were just
Ben,
talking about
amazing improvements, buddy.
Yes.
We were both very impressed.
Really good, yeah. Well done. Big Loz, a featured guest for Strongest Man on. Oh yes, and that's confirmed this week, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yes. Looking forward to going out to Loveland in Colorado.
My goodness, though, guys, it's going to be a real slog because we have a family holiday booked, don't we? And we come home on the Thursday, and on the Friday we're going to be flying to Colorado. Yeah. So it's going to be busy, but we're really excited to go.
Yeah, looking forward to go.
Yes. And also Vegas confirmed as well for us. So yay, very happy about that too.
Got lots coming up over the next couple of months.
Estonia confirmed. We're going to Estonia in just a few weeks, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think we've got a couple of weeks. Then we've got the Royal Albert Hall. We've got Estonia. We've got Scotland.
Yes.
Our holiday.
Turkey.
America.
Yeah.
Then there's more Giants Live competitions, Vegas, Rogue Invitational. Yes. There's lots coming up.
How exciting. Watching you on my phone and watching 50 Shades of Grey on the telly. Oh,
it's
Linda.
The perfect combination.
Is it? My goodness. Oh, dear. I really enjoyed your leg training video this week, Loz.
Thank you very much.
Would love to see your back training video.
We may, I think we'll try and do each day. Like
over the course of like a few
weeks.
As
long as people are enjoying those type of videos. I don't want to sort of put too many videos like that up, but if people like them, then we will.
Big Loz versus Brian arm wrestling exhibition. Is it going to happen?
Probably not, for multiple reasons. I think it would be nice for me and Brian to get some table time and stuff, but it's going to be a short trip. Obviously, we are having to get in
Friday
slightly
to
late,
Monday, isn't it?
And obviously he is running the event. It's a very busy time, but maybe in the future we'll get to do something together.
Yeah. Super happy for Kane winning England's. Both comps were epic and great to chat to all the athletes.
It was good to see Jane there.
Dalton, thank you for the super chat. Loz, I challenge you to a grip off at the Grip Genie booth at Strongest Man on Earth. We'll run through the grippers and see where we finish. Can be either hand or both.
Sure. No problem. I don't really train grippers or anything, but I like to grip in general. So
get training, Dalton.
Well, Dalton will probably smash me up. But
oh, will he?
I don't train grippers. I've done the Captains of Crush #3 a fair few times. I think you've put a video up of me doing it when we were in Dubai.
Yes, I did. Yes, and I closed the Captains of Crush trainer.
You did indeed. You did indeed.
It's like less than a 1, but never mind.
It's still better than the stuff you buy in like Argos or something.
What grippers?
Yeah.
What do I buy in Argos? Nicola with the members comment here. Lots of forums said the women's comp was sold out. No, it wasn't sold out. No, it was. Do you know what? I think it was probably the perfect sized venue for those types of competitions, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was it called? The Barbican in York?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. And it was nice. I think the stage was slightly narrow in depth, but it was certainly wide enough, wasn't it? And like most of it was static events anyway, and it worked absolutely fine for the loading. So I think the only limitation really, it made it a little bit trickier for the camera crew.
Yeah, it was much small. It was a much smaller venue than we're used to.
Yeah, but it was great for the audience because I mean, I was sat in the front row seats when they were doing their practice walkouts, and I thought, oh, someone here's got a great seat. This is just perfect. So yeah, it was really nice. Toby with the members comment, 15 months supporting the goats of Strongman videos. Bless you, Toby. Thank you. Toby. We appreciate you. Oh, Fred has a question. What was Novice Strongman doing on the mic? He did do good helping set up events. Novice Strongman doing on the mic? Who's he talking about?
Elaborate, please,
yeah.
Cousin Fred, unless you're talking about me.
Yeah. I think he was called the Brontosaurus or something.
Oh.
Who is it?
I think they mean Evan Singleton.
Oh, Evan.
Evan's looking monstrous.
Yeah, Evan
absolutely
looks huge.
Beastly and strong. It was good to see Evan this weekend and just helping out. That's all he do you know what? To be fair to Evan, he was working his ass off for the whole day.
Yeah.
Just quietly in the background as part of the crew.
Chief resetter, wasn't he? Great job on Saturday, Loz. Enjoy listening to you three with Terry and Nicole.
It's really nice working with those two. Yeah, it was so funny because we were in a really small confined space with this 20-foot drop behind us and like this tiny little kind of rail that me and Terry could have fell over real easy.
Yeah, it was only like knee height, wasn't it, the rail? And it was behind you.
Yeah. So it was quite funny. I think at one point I grabbed onto Nicola.
You're going to drag her down with you. Jesus Christ. Women's was amazing. Same with England's Strongest Man. I think for women's, Laura Baxter was my
woman of the match.
Okay. Andy Flynn was my man of the match for the men's great competitions.
I'd agree with that as well. I mean, Lucy was just amazing. She really
Lucy
came
didn't put a foot wrong.
shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, Laura Baxter was very, very impressive. And I tell you one thing that's hard about the women's comp, and I understand why they do it, but for the lighter weight athletes, that was such a brutally heavy competition.
So heavy. 220 kilo axle for reps.
I mean, Terry and myself were saying how heavy, so like the dumbbell, for instance, and it really showed. Like, I think 6 zeroed it. And it was only 25, 26 kilos off the women's world record.
Yeah.
So you're asking like the smaller athletes, they're still incredible, but the bigger athletes have an advantage.
Of course.
England's Strongest Man, the lightest guy there was like 120 kilos. The lightest athlete in the women's was an under 73 kilo athlete.
Yeah, about 70 kilos.
And she was having to do, just a fraction less than her body weight on a dumbbell
for reps. Yeah.
So, it was very difficult, and it is challenging, but some of the lighter weight women are bigger names. So they need those athletes to put the bums on seats at the moment.
And also, to be fair, some of those lightweight women, they qualify through the official route anyway.
Sure. Yeah, they do. And we want to see the women's side grow, but unfortunately the women's competition had less people there than the men in terms of ticket sales. So if you guys enjoy the women's side of things, you do need to support those shows if we want to see more of them. And if you're an inspiring strong woman and you want to get into sport, try and support it the best way that you can. It's not always easy. I appreciate that. Tickets are expensive, etc., and it's tough. It depends where you live, many factors like that. But if we want to see more of the women, we have to support them. So that's all I'm kind of putting out there.
Rachel's saying, evening. Or how about Matches Balsac winning Slovenia's strongest man with a hip replacement?
I think he's won it a few years in a row now.
Yeah.
We spoke to him
the year before last. Yeah.
And he said he's still competing, but just locally. Very similar to myself. Like, he doesn't want to be a pro strongman anymore, because being a pro strongman, you've just got to do whatever competitions you have to do. You can't be picky and choosy. You've got to do whatever the events are, and you're going to push yourself to extreme limits. Whereas it's nice when you can just enjoy life and just do it as a hobby.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at the moment. I'm enjoying my training. I'm thinking of doing the British Masters later in the year. And Belsac is, he's doing a few little comps that he wants to do. And he's enjoying himself. And I think fair play to him. It's good to see.
Monica saying, hopefully I'll be in Colorado and see you guys, but I'll be seeing you at the Royal Albert Hall and Vegas for sure.
Awesome.
Very excited about both of those. Loz and Liz conquering the West Coast next, the Rainer Classic.
That would be cool.
I want to visit every state in America.
We've said that, haven't we? We want to do like a tour of America eventually.
I think Colorado would be my 8th state, which isn't bad.
Not bad.
Considering it was about 2014, the first time I went to America, so probably should have done better by now. But never mind.
A lot of the time you end up going back to the
same
place.
I was going to say the same place over and over. Loz, when you go to the US, are you going to try some of Brian's grip challenges?
Hopefully.
If we have time.
Yeah, if there's time, I'll have a go on some of the stuff.
Yeah. Matty, new channel, travel with Loz and Liz. Matty, that is my dream. That is my dream job. A travel vlogger. Nothing more, nothing less. Come with me. I'll wear a little pin mic for times it's camera for the times it's not appropriate to get a camera out. And yeah, it would just fund my lifestyle that I so desperately want.
You'll get there, Lizzie.
Yes. I may be old by then. It will be like dedicated to women of a certain age. Here's how you stay safe on the road.
Get yourself a strong man.
Oh yeah, I was going to say I'll be packing, but maybe not. Oh dear. Where are we?
Are any of you allergic to high elevation? Allergic to high elevation?
El Press Cat. I have never been at elevation. Oh God, I didn't even consider that. I've never been high up.
I think you'll be fine. I've been to high elevated places before.
Have you?
It's weird, Sensei. You do feel a bit weird, especially trying to compete in it. It can affect you a little bit. But, certainly not allergic to
it. To be confirmed in my case. There is a chance. Nicola wants to know if you'll touch Brian's blobs.
If I get a chance, yes. I don't know the schedule yet of how busy we're going to be and what we've got set up, but yeah, I'd love to have a go on some of the grip things that Brian has. Blobs I've done before, but blobs suit massive hands. The bigger your hands are, the easier it is to get around them. So I wouldn't beat someone like Brian on a blob challenge.
I think it was it might have been last year. We went and you trained with Chloe Brennan, Dinny Stone training. And at the end of that video, you can see they got all of Matt's toys out, all of his grip toys. He's got like a grip wall, hasn't he? And he's got some really interesting things.
One of the first gyms I trained at was a gym where Steve Gardner trained. Steve was a real big advocate of grip. He had a number of world records in various different things. And he had a lot of blobs and the inch dumbbells and the millennium dumbbells and stuff like that. So I got quite experienced with those things early on. And I love all the historical kind of grip challenges. It's all good fun.
Julia came for the leg video, stayed for the grunting. Haha, great leg day video. The grunting was hilarious. Rich,
it was a shame that we didn't have Josh training because he's an absolute beast. But Rich and Simon are great to train with.
Yeah, and Rich is so funny. It's like, whoa,
I tease him about it because he does it all the time. He's like mastered it.
Yeah, he has.
But it's just effort. He doesn't realize he's doing it at the time. He's just working hard. But that is a man that loves training, and it's just making me enjoy training again, having training partners like that. It's quite nice for me because often when I'm with people, I'm coaching them. Whereas with these guys, it's literally I just switch off, I put my phone down for a couple of hours, and we just have a hard session and push each other. And it's been fun.
Howdy. Ooh. Austin with the members comment, what do you have planned whilst at Strongest Man on Earth?
So I think Brian wants me to do some commentating, some talks for some of the fans coming, like meet and greet type things, just being a part of the show. That's kind of I've got a few guys competing in the pros and the amateur shows as well, so guys and girls. So it's going to be fun to be there.
Yeah, we don't go like if we get on the flight we're planning on, we'll get in about we'll get into Loveland sort of mid-afternoon on the Friday, won't we? Yeah. So it's not going to be the longest stay, unfortunately, but I'm sure we'll manage to cram plenty in.
Yeah.
We always do, don't we?
Yes.
Oh, Michael, did anyone else stop at the Nova Tower and enjoy the 1 a.m. fire alarm evacuation? No. I'm not convinced it would wake me. Actually, maybe a fire alarm, probably. Paris with the members comment, great shows, well done Lucy for a dominant show.
She really was dominant.
Oh god, did you hear that? The dog, she farted really loudly. Oh no, I hope it doesn't stink. Bless her. Yeah, Lucy was so good.
She really was.
She said afterwards, like after the dumbbell, she kind of knew it was hers to lose at that point.
I think that was the one event she was worried about, and she went out and smashed it. So, I think she felt in a good position after that.
Yeah.
It's hard for Rebecca and Lucy because they're always against each other.
Yeah.
Every single comp, you've got two of the best in the world head to head.
Jane Ray saying, Andy Flynn, bit scared going to Royal Albert Hall. So I heard this yesterday that the winner would get to do the Royal Albert Hall as well. But obviously
King
the winner was
already
Kane.
planned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So presumably has it fallen? I don't actually know if that's the case. I don't know if they said that. Tell us, Jane, was that confirmed? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But
Royal Albert Hall is a stacked lineup.
It's an insane lineup.
I mean, if he was offered it, he should definitely do it. But that is a lineup you're just going to go and have fun and gain experience.
Yeah, it like some of these Giants live shows can be a real baptism of fire. Who was it last year? Was it Conor Curran in the World Tour final?
Sometimes you've got to be careful because you can jump in too soon. Like we've seen certain athletes that kind of got into Giants Live, and then they've got onto the role of getting invited to a few, but then you're constantly against the best in the world and you're getting beat on a regular basis. And it can knock your confidence.
And also, if you slip out of that, it's hard to get back in.
Andy Black is a good example.
I was going to say
Andy Black is working really hard now to get himself back to
those
the high level.
Yeah.
But, he got to a few, was doing quite well, and then it slips and you're getting beat, and then you're not giving yourself time to improve. So you're just trying to get to the next competition all the time. You start slipping backwards. You know
what I blame for that? COVID. Because we had quite a few competitions where people who maybe otherwise wouldn't have been invited got invited because people can compete for certain reasons. And for some people, maybe it was a little bit too much too soon. And that's happened to them, hasn't it?
On a note there, we should probably point out in the SCL, Strongman Champions League, it was won by Rayno Nell. Now, not many people will know who this guy is. From South Africa, he is a very, very good athlete. He actually was it one event he didn't win?
The only event he didn't win was the Atlas Stones,
This guy's a beast. Seriously strong competitor. Ivor Schmaukstelis was second, so that's the kind of level you're looking at. Evans Nana was fourth. You had I think
George Sullivan was
third. I'm just trying to think of some of the bigger names that people will know that were lower down.
Kelvin de Ruyter
was there. Dennis Colbus was there.
I think.
Estonian guy.
Gav Bilton was doing it,
I don't believe he did it in the end.
Oh, okay.
What's the Estonian?
Irvin Toys.
Irvin was in this competition. There were some decent athletes, and Reno just smashed it.
He absolutely, yeah.
So, there's talent out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And this is a competition. Usually the guys from Holland do very, very well. Where's George Suleiman from?
Holland.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go.
So it makes more sense that he does well. He's a great athlete, don't get me wrong.
He is.
But it's equipment that they're used to using.
Yeah, of course.
So, for someone...
And there's always a home advantage, isn't there? Like
not
having to travel and stuff like that. But yeah, he did really, really well. The women's podium was elite, all round a great comp. Even I had to leave before the stones. It really was such a good competition. Do you think the squat being super heavy makes Thor the favourite for strongest man on earth?
I don't know, because at the moment the squat hasn't been tested. Brian was talking to us about the weight of it, and if that was the genuine weight on a free bar squat, it's going to be brutally hard. It depends how hard that translates into the machine that they're using. But there's some very good squatters that are going to be going there. Thor is a great squatter, but there's other great squatters competing as well. A number of good squatters, actually. So I think nothing's guaranteed. I think Thor is looking very good. Certainly going to be one of the favourites for the competition. But with a competition with 8 events, anything can happen.
Turns out I've visited more states than some people who live in the States. So I'm not doing too bad then. That's good. And Gary said Cornwall has a few places that are a state. So does Wiltshire, it's fine. And how were the members comment? Hey, Loz and Liz, see you at the Shore Classic.
Look forward to seeing you there.
Very excited.
Al Bundy in the chat.
Oh, the Al Bundy. Thank you for the super chat. Sorry about your cousin. I'm getting there. Haven't been in A&E over a week. They admitted me on a psychic ward, but I can see my daughter every other day.
Sorry why are you laughing at me?
Because you're trying to understand it.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're supposed to.
No. I don't understand it, I'm afraid.
But thank you for the £5 Al Bundy.
I hope it's a joke. Otherwise, it's not very nice.
Sorry about your cousin. I'm guessing there. I'm completely lost. I don't know. Check out the Utah Stones of Strength, says Bison the Bill.
Bison the Bill. The Utah Stones of Strength. Okay, we will check those out.
What are they and where are they? I'm guessing Utah.
I'm guessing in Utah, and I'm guessing there's some stones.
Liz, I haven't been to half as many states. To be fair, Texas is massive.
Texas is huge, to be fair.
Yeah. I could see how...
Cousin Fred has been up high. 11,000 feet.
There you go.
Cousin Fred has done it all.
Cousin Fred is a man of culture. For me, Wrecking Ball was best. So many tough battles.
Do you know what I want to see with those Wrecking Balls? I want to see them as part of a drag.
What?
So the big balls they hold on to.
Yeah.
Get rid of the frame, but just dragging them.
Drag them where?
Along the floor.
Oh, okay.
So part of a medley or something.
Like up on the platform.
No. I think they look quite cool as a drag element to something.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. They bounce a bit, surely.
Or if someone comes last, for shaming them, just attach it to their leg.
Oh, for goodness sake.
So the next competition.
Shame. Do you know what? That is by far my favourite. I know, technically it's a grip event. Technically it's also not a grip event, is it? It's like an all-round sort of nasty endurance.
The more I always said it's more about just pain tolerance than grip. The more I watched it yesterday, I'm like even more thinking it's not so much about grip. It's just about coping with discomfort for as long as you can.
The position some of them ended up in. Rebecca Roberts, she was like curling
some of their legs.
By the
end, you saw the scars on some of them. They're going to have some sore legs today. Some of those athletes and sore hands, and it's going to be interesting watching as it's in a few more comps. I think we're going to see some crazy times. Technically, the women's time was a world record yesterday. They did drop it in terms of weight from when the women did it at the team comp.
Okay, so no matter what, it was going to be a record because it's
that was an amazing thing to watch Chloe on.
Yes.
Chloe somehow, even when she's in pain, kind of looks happy.
Yeah.
You see the pain on her face, but she still looks happy.
She does, bless her. I got quite some funny footage of the women watching Chloe go on that backstage. They were watching her on the TV, and they were all like, "Oh no," like realizing how long they were going to have to go to try and beat her. So it was quite funny. But they were obviously very supportive of her, though. Hey, there he is, my toys. That's Matt, Chloe's partner, and his. Oh, look, there's Chloe. There we go.
There she is.
There's even more toys now. My hopes of a dining room in there are long gone.
You need to come and play with their toys.
Oh, Loz,
Grip toys.
Okay.
You're the dirty-minded one.
Weirdo. Oh, some folks may have health issues related to elevation. Oh no.
It can make you kind of nauseous and some people do, but you'll be fine.
Oh,
I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people. I just tell myself I'm going to be fine, and 99% of the time I am.
It's all in the mind, isn't it, Loz?
I'm not saying it is,
No.
but that's just the way I am, isn't it? I'm just one of those people that tries to be positive.
I remember when COVID first came around, he was like, "Well, I'll be fine if I catch it," and like,
and I was.
You were. You were absolutely fine. Meanwhile, I was upset.
You were dying.
It's like my kidneys. Oh dear.
Whether rightly or wrongly, it's just the way I am. I try to.
No, it's good. It's a good attitude to have.
It's got me this far so far.
Yeah. No watch along for Brian's show. Was looking forward to that. I know.
We were looking forward to that as well.
I know.
We were, but we will bring you updates as well. So we get to do a little bit more. So
yeah. And also we've got like the most epic watch along planned for next year's World's Strongest Man. Watch this space. It's gonna be good. Isn't it, Loz?
It is.
It's gonna be real good. There we go. Why do World's Strongest Man athletes have the Union Jack and not the Scottish flag, Welsh flag, English flag? Etc. That they are more bonded with individually anyway. They used to have individual country flags. I'm not sure exactly when it changed. No. Can you remember? It was quite a long time ago now.
It was.
They switched to the Union Jack instead.
Yeah.
I don't know why though. Do you?
I don't know why.
No, don't know, to be honest. I've never heard the athletes complain about it though. Have you? No. You had the Union Jack, didn't you? Yeah. Did you ever have an English flag at Worlds?
I don't think so, no.
No, so it was pre-2008 then. That's the first year you competed there. Yeah, we don't know, to be honest. Yes, Jane, I'm sure they had a woman's intro video last year. I think that was a little bit of an oversight this year. Yeah, we need the women's intro back. Even like, do you know, the Heroes video that they use, I absolutely love it. I think it's so nice. I think it would be very easy to just take that format and song and put, clips of the women on there, because there's enough great footage of all these amazing women, isn't there?
I agree.
Watch out for Eddie Hall when you're at Strongest Man on Earth. He may try to plunge your head like he did with Nick Bess. No, I think that sort of behaviour is reserved for Nick, isn't it?
Poor Nick. He gets it all, doesn't he? He gets all the abuse.
Yeah, he does. Where are we?
Poor Chloe. She feels like she's been hit by a truck. I bet she does. That was a heavy comp for Chloe.
Yeah.
Like, seriously heavy.
Yeah, insane. We were talking about it before, not like this weekend, the other week, and she was like, "Oh, the weights, it's so heavy." She's like, "But for people like Andrea, Rebecca, Lucy, it's not that heavy for them."
We have 4 of the absolute best in the world.
I know, in the UK.
Yeah,
which kind of distorts it a little bit, doesn't it, for a national competition? It's ridiculously high standard. And Chloe, she's an under 73 kilo.
One of the absolute best in the world.
Exactly.
But she's giving away a huge amount of weight and size. And, there's events that she can hang on, but there's just going to be others that you just can't compete against those top girls.
Rick, thank you for the super chat. Rick, Sunday, 7th of July, I will do my first comp in almost 15 years, the National Dutch Championship train pull-in. Oh, working hard for it. Any advice, Loz, for pulling a train?
Normally on a train pull, it's with a ladder. So really trying to make sure you're engaging your leg drive and practicing the actual movement. So, because some people end up being a bit clumsy on a ladder. I'm guessing it's a ladder. It normally is on a train pull. So that would be my best advice, is kind of practicing developing the steps, because you're not going to step at your natural distance as you would on a normal truck pull. So it was just kind of getting the coordination of being as efficient as possible. Trains are weird because they're super hard to start with, just to get the train moving. But once it gets moving, it actually moves pretty quick. So you then got to think about not just finishing it, but increasing the pace throughout. So don't just think, oh, it's moving, I'm happy now. Think about going faster all the time.
Jane got back to us. Andy Flynn said he would be going to Royal Albert Hall. He was told it would be the winner or second place of King.
Wow, well, that's a huge opportunity for Andy.
I mean, I heard that as well yesterday from someone at Giants Live, so I'm guessing it was right.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
really
good for
cool.
Andy. Andy's been like on the cusp for so long.
Yeah,
he's a really good all-round athlete, and we saw yesterday he didn't really win an event, but he's consistently
very
good.
Yeah,
but in the past, in the bigger comps, he's just usually messed one thing up, or he's had an injury, or something's kind of gone wrong. Whereas the last few comps, he's starting to look really solid.
He was second UK strongest man, also, wasn't he? Was he second?
He was up there. I don't know if he was second or third, but he was certainly up there.
I can't remember now. It was only a couple of weeks ago. Gareth with the members comment. Thank you, Gareth. How can I get in touch? I messaged Liz on Instagram. My inbox is where messages go to die.
You're not the best at replying to people.
I'm awful. I'm not. Do you know what? They all go to this secret place, don't they? Unless you're following someone, they all go to this secret place, and I forget about it. Then I go in, and I'm like, oh no, and I get overwhelmed, so I come back out. But do you know what? Loz is actually much better than me. You should.
The website email address is also a good place to.
Yes, because that's actually handled professionally. There you go. Oh, how did Kevin do? I think he was fifth or sixth or something.
Had the results up a minute ago.
He won a Strongman Champions League event last year. I like Kevin. For those that haven't seen him before,
he was fifth. Yeah,
there you go, fifth, which is good.
Yeah, well, he beat the likes of Irvin Toitz, Mika Toro, Dennis Kulrus, Zulkowski, Oscar Zulkowski.
Yeah.
It was only Reno, Ivers, George, and Evans that beat him. So real good.
Kevin looks more like Tom Stoltman's brother than Luke does, doesn't he?
Kevin looks like Tom Stoltman.
He could be his twin. It's uncanny, seriously. And he's 2.01 meters tall. So he's built like him too. But yeah, he's also a Team Liz member.
He's a very good athlete and
he's
improving all the time.
He is.
And with that kind of frame, who knows how good he could be.
Liz, no culture here. Oh.
Same as Liz, just pretend.
Fake it till you make it. Are we going to the gathering this year?
Yes.
Hoping to head down, says
yes,
Alan.
We
yes.
are.
With the whole family's coming and the dog. So
we're
very
looking
excited.
forward to being at the gathering.
You're going to be helping out on the mic a bit with Stevie Shanks, aren't you?
You're going to just
really
be
excited.
Yeah, doing whatever's needed.
Chloe's going to be there as well. She's going to compete in the Jan Todd Games.
That's awesome.
Yes.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's just a fun weekend, really. Matt said I can play with his toys.
There you go. Anytime, Loz. Oh God, keeping the wrecking ball in your lane during a drag would be such a pain. It would be going all over the place, surely.
Nah, it'll go straight. I was watching them drag it out.
Oh no, Al Bundy's back. Thank you, Al. I can't believe you laughed at me last time. You said I can reach out about suicide. No, you laughed at me. I did reach out for help, and you laugh at me now. Is this serious?
I'm guessing it is, Lizzie.
Oh, okay.
And I've said to anyone they can message me. Messaging on here, sometimes we can't understand people's tone, but I've said you can message me on Instagram if you have any problems at all. So feel free to do that. But yeah, I said I didn't understand what was going on.
I thought it was a joke account making a joke. So apologies if that's not the case.
And Al Bundy is a comedy name from the past, so that's probably why Liz had that reaction. But yeah, if you have serious issues, then please do message and try and get some help as well, because you know it's not a nice position to be in. I've been in low positions myself before and eventually reached out for help, but often kept it inside. So please do reach out to someone, definitely.
I'm guessing this is again in reference to the strongest man on earth. Any piece of the equipment you would like to mess with before the comp starts? You don't want to touch anything, do you?
No.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Brian's going to be putting out like podcasts on the Strongest Man on Earth YouTube channel, and we were talking through the events. It's going to be a brutal comp. I mean, they've got a 270 odd kilo Atlas stone as part of it. The squat is going to be brutal. The deadlift for max is going to be without a suit, which I really like.
Yeah.
There's just heavy events. It's going to look cool.
Colin wants to know, Loz, what is your favorite machine in the gym? Favorite machine?
Probably leg press, just because it's brutal if you use it correctly, and you can have it's great for blowing up your legs. I'm more of a free weights type person, but some machines are fantastic for various different things. But yeah, I think certain leg machines just kind of give you a slightly different workout to just a barbell, particularly for hamstring work as well. But yeah, I'd always go with free weights over machines as my main choice, but I think there's certain machines that are very beneficial.
And Gary Dunn here with a super chat. Thank you, Gary. South Africa's Reino now winning in Holland is amazing.
Not just winning, dominating the show. He was fantastic. And I spoke to Reino last year. He's a really, really talented athlete, and I want to see him get some more opportunities.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see him at a giant side or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Carl Slug, evening all. Loz, I have the Dinnies next week. Any tips on footwear?
Just something you feel secure in. Like, footwear is very individual. There's certain events that more people tend to stick with, but even on those events you get variations. It comes down to wearing something that you feel stable in. It's not an event you need to be quick at, so just something you feel like your ankles are supported, your feet feel stable. I think I wore basketball shoes last time when I first did the record, and then last time I wore walking shoes.
Okay, yeah, you did, yeah.
But yeah, just something that my feet feel stable. Yeah,
that's what they are. Where are we? Is commentating a well-paying job? And did you like my bingo card on Instagram? Did you see her bingo card?
I did see your bingo card on Instagram. It made me laugh. Is commentating a well-paid job? Not hugely, no, because it's only done a few times a year, and it's not like you're being paid thousands and thousands of pounds to do every time. But I love doing it. I love Strongman, and it's nice to be a part of these events. So certainly not going to become a wealthy man by commentating, unless you could be commentating every single day.
Yeah.
But I love doing it.
Loz's favorite machine is the elevated reversed hip thrust machine. I don't know what that is. Oh no, now I feel terrible. I sent Liz a meme about you two. It was so perfect, and she's never seen it. Oh no. I'm not. Do you know, I hate phones and the fact that we're all contactable all the time, and I'm such a recluse, aren't I?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. And it's not aimed at anyone.
To be honest,
in particular.
like
I've
got better at just putting my phone down, because for a while it was literally like, because of the coaching and stuff like that. I was kind of like trying to make sure, when I started my coaching business, I wanted a good reputation of replying to people. And I almost got to the point where I was just instantly replying to everyone. Whereas now I'm better at putting my phone down, dedicating time to reply to clients, dedicating time to the family and stuff like that. And just trying to get that balance right of life. I think sometimes we just want to chase certain things. I wanted to be in a position I could really provide the family of what they deserve. But then you're just chasing the grind all the time, and you're not getting to where you want to be. So I'm trying to sort of get that happy medium now of just enjoying what we've got, and enjoying time more, because especially with the little ones, they grow up so fast. I think it's important to get that balance, and I feel so much better mentally for it.
Yeah, it's too much, isn't it?
Yeah, I still reply, every day. I dedicate time to replying to clients. I'm sure lots of you can kind of vouch for that. But I've just got better at thinking, okay, now it's family time or my time or something like that.
Cousin Fred saying, travel wise, I've been lucky. 48 states, 11 countries, and 4 continents.
Wow.
Thanks to the Navy. Wow.
It's nice to travel. I love going to new places and meeting new people and seeing different ways that people live. It's one of the best things about my strongman career. I got to go to so many countries and visit places that I would never have visited on a normal kind of life.
Hi coach, this is Peter in Colorado. What do you think about Mitch going for the world record on the axle now that Bibby will also be there? Look forward to seeing you at Strongest Man.
I think the axle could be really an exciting event, not just for those two. Tom Stonkman as well is very good at the axle. Tom and Mitch are better at the clean. If Bibby can clean it effectively, no one is touching his shoulder power.
Press, no.
His pressing power is just on another level. I mean, if you see some of the videos he's posting out of the rack, it's just scary how strong that man is. But the question is, can he clean it? And that was the issue last time. It took him 3 attempts, I think, to get the bar just to his shoulders. And because he's not very efficient at that, he can drain a lot of energy, he gets in awkward positions. But if he can work on that clean, he is the man for the record.
Width of his,
he's not normal.
When he presses, it's insane, isn't it? And I tell you what else is crazy. Tom Stockman's shoulder mobility on the lockout. He's like he's got it behind him almost, hasn't he?
Tom's shoulder mobility is fantastic.
For a man that size, who's he's been competing for quite a long time now. It's insane.
I think that could be a real good battle for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Loz, if you had an announcer introducing you when you competed, who would you pick? I think Howard Finkel would have been nice.
Howard Finkel would be interesting. I love Neil's intros. I think Neil does a great job of, when the athletes are coming out and it's that start. I think he's awesome at that.
Needs that razzmatazz as well. Like, we go to bigger competitions where the walkout is literally someone just saying a name on a microphone, and it's not the same. I do like the OTT falling down a well style with Neil Pickup dressed in his suits are getting.
It just feels right.
Suits are getting snazzy as well, aren't they? Yeah. I said, I can't wait for Vegas. I want fireworks coming off of him. Like, Neil is a massive
no more glitter.
Wheel.
We just got
yeah. He's so funny. Where are we? How's Andrea? She didn't seem happy with her results yesterday.
She's okay. We had a chat this morning. Andrea's had a lot going on.
Yeah.
She really has. And I didn't want to put sort of any pressure on her with this comp. The goal for Andrea is hopefully she gets invited to the Rogue Invitational and does well there. She really wanted to do well at the Arnolds this year, and she was smashing it on day one, and then just, day two didn't go to plan.
She did better in the Arnold UK.
Since then, she's had so much going on in her life. And these events were really bad for her. Like, the deadlift and dumbbell were good, but the other 3 events were just not good events for her. So there's work to do. We had a chat this morning about the weaknesses. Andrea, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, she doesn't like working her weaknesses. So I'll plan her training. And like at the moment, for instance, she's got to be working on events she hates once or twice a week. And I'm not getting updates from those events. She'll send me the deadlifts and the pressing events. Whereas, we had a chat. I'm like, look, you got to do these. And she knows that. And it's hard sometimes when you're at a certain level. You not even when you're at a certain level. All of us just like training the things that we're good at. And it's easy then to think, oh, I'm not good at something, I just won't bother. But she knows she needs to work on certain areas. And I think if she can get her life sorted, and that seems to be improving now, she's been struggling with sleep, stress. There's been so many issues. So, these are things that people don't always understand as athletes or as fans. They're still normal people that we're cheering for, and they've got life going on. I can tell you so many examples, not just myself, but of lots of athletes. But you just got to get on with it, and that's what she did, and all the other athletes do. Every single one of them has something going on in life.
100%, yeah.
But she's still keen to keep pushing, because that's the real question I wanted from her. Is like, do you still want it? And she does. She still wants to keep pushing and still wants to push us to achieve things. If someone wants that, then it's easy. If they don't have that hunger anymore, then it's time to hang it up. But she's still hungry, still wants to prove that she's good enough, and I believe in her, and I'll keep helping her. And I think a focused Andrea is still very, very dangerous.
Colin's prediction is that Bibby is going to cartwheel with the axle. And yes, I saw, look who's in the house, Rebecca Roberts. You both were awesome this weekend. My lucky penny is now on my trophy cabinet. Bless her. I found a penny, I picked it up all day long.
It's always nice to see Rebecca. Like
pass it to a friend.
She's
will never end.
an amazing athlete and a lovely person.
Yeah, we absolutely love Rebecca. I know she would have she was always going for the win, but
she's a competitor at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a great back and forth between her and Lucy. We were checking their
5 each now.
Yeah, so 10 international competitions or national, and 5 apiece we're at now. So
there's a good battle going on.
Yeah, and I think the next one, I guess, are you both doing OSG Europe's? That might be their next head-to-head. And then after that, presumably, it will be the Rogue Invitational. So very exciting. But well done, Rebecca. Rebecca was still great as well. We were talking about you earlier in the position you ended up in the...
I'm sure her legs are going to be sore today.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm sure her back is sore as well. My goodness. Alejandro, thank you for the super chat. Hola, Loz and Liz. Favorite strength rivalry? I enjoyed the Sahir versus Eric Lillybridge in powerlifting. Also, Bibby is just wow.
Yeah, both of those are amazing powerlifters. I think for me, there's a few. Like Zadrunas and Brian is just a classic rivalry. I think before that, the likes of Bill Kazmaier, Jeff Capes, Jean-Paul Sigmarsson, Thor and Eddie. It's not such a fun
enjoyable
one, I guess. Yeah.
I'm loving Tom and Mitch.
Tom and Mitch is becoming a really good one.
Yeah.
Rebecca and Lucy is a good one.
Rebecca and Lucy is great. Yeah.
There's been a few over the years. I mean, to different scales. I enjoyed when Poundstone really started to challenge Marius. That was good.
Was it Magnus and Herrick Badenhorst? They were very close.
Riku Kiri sort of was in that kind of realm as well. But Magnus kind of just always seemed to pip them when it counted.
Yes, Magnus and Manfred also.
Yeah, there's been a few good ones.
Magnus and Mega Man. Hey, something about Magnus. This is an interesting question. What was the blue strings hanging off of Jack during the deadlift? We spent ages trying to figure it out.
They're part of his deadlift suit.
Yeah.
So his is adjustable, so he can make it tighter or looser on the side.
Yeah.
It's quite a clever.
It's like a corset.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like adjustable.
Like in the gym, you'll see me like just pulling it tight for him or trying to get it right. Yeah. I couldn't help him on the weekend, so.
No.
He did well.
And I'm no help. I gave him a talking to after one of the events. I was channeling my inner Loz.
Yeah, he needed a talking.
I told him what you.
He finished strong. He finished really strong on the stones, which was good to see.
It's Rebecca thanking people. Lots of nice well wishes for Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Awesome comp. What are your thoughts on us calling you Becca? As someone who hates when people default to Sam. I think she likes Becca. I think she prefers it to Rebecca. But I don't know. I call her Rebecca. I'm very formal.
Mum-like.
I am. She's one of my children. She's like my giant child. Oh, there you go. It's been sent to you now instead, this perfect meme of us.
I will have a look.
There you go. Deary me. Colin's favourite rivalry in Strongman, Evan Singleton versus himself. And Rebecca says, I answer to Rebecca, Becca, Becky, or Beck. I'm easy. There we go.
I've seen this before.
I think you sent this to me.
I
didn't
saw this
you?
on Instagram and kind of, it's one of those like
when people,
similar height, and then suddenly they stand up.
And one of them is that much taller because the other one has a deceptively long torso. Yes, I have seen that. But it is us.
Yeah.
Rebecca and Lucy gave me heart failure. How lucky were we to watch these awesome ladies go head to head? What's the heaviest stone you have Mitch and Bobby training with? Any substitutes if no access to heavy stones?
Substitutes, if you just want to train stones without stones, I really like bear hug deadlifts. Either get a loading pin or use one end of a barbell, put some plates onto the end and practice squeezing and lifting off the floor. Zercher hip extensions or banded hook, just as hip extensions are great for working on the loading phase of the stone. So they're two good movements you can kind of add in to help training stones if you don't have access to stones. Obviously, if you have access to training stones, it's better. They will be probably lifting different weights. Bobby is not an amazing stone lifter. So for Bobby, we want to try and make sure he is comfortable with the lighter weights and getting reps. Mitch will be pushing towards the heavier stones. How heavy, I'm not sure yet. Depends how training goes. And we're not pushing massively heavy until after the Royal Albert Hall. The Royal Albert Hall is going to be a series of stones, and then we'll look at pushing the singles on the heavier stones after. Mitch likes to go heavy. I have to rein him in quite a bit, but he's competing in an extremely heavy competition where he will have to push some big numbers. He'll probably go up to around 230 to 250 kilos, depending on how training goes. Like, nothing is set in stone yet. We've got to see how things go. And the most important thing right now, because he's training the axle, I don't want him to go super heavy on the stones because of the risk of bicep tears. The clean on the axle is very, very high risk on the bicep. Lifting Atlas stones is very high risk on the bicep. So we're focusing more just on speed and technique on stones, and he's focusing on the axle in terms of big numbers. And the goal at the Strongest Man on Earth is not to lift the biggest stone. It's to win the whole competition. I don't think anyone beats Tom Strongman on the stones.
No.
I really don't.
No.
I think Thor could be very good. I think other athletes can be very good, but Tom is my pick to win that event.
Tom and Thor 1 and 2, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
There's other great stone lifters, but for Mitch, it's about keeping points. So if he can get a third or a fourth, that'll be perfect.
Yeah, especially in a lineup that big where every event is worth so many points and there's so many events.
And the way they're doing the stone, there's going to be tactics that become important, because if people just take the risk of going for a stupidly heavy stone and they miss it, there's the panic can set in and they might zero if they don't manage to get a rep on any stone. So, because it's going to be done like they did the log last year.
Yes.
Where some people chose the heavy log, they missed it, they'd used up a lot of energy, then they missed the lighter log, zeroed. So we don't want that to happen. So you've got to be smart in terms of tactics, understand your abilities. You've got to think of the events they've done before that as well. So I don't think many people are going to be lifting that stupidly heavy stone.
Loz, are you able to help Tom? Do you know if there's a specific route of certain comps to qualify for England's and UK Strongest Master?
Yes, there is. Unbreakable Strongman Promotions. Unbreakable Promotions. They run England's Strongest Man, which just happened last weekend, I believe.
England's Strongest Master was last weekend, yeah.
And then they have shows in Wales, Scotland, Ireland, etc. And then there's also the UK's route as well that have their own qualifiers for
those like open competitions at that level.
I believe so. I believe anyone can enter them. Just have a look on their website. So if you just type in like England's Strongest Master, they tend to come up on Facebook or online as well. So yeah, it's definitely a route that people can look at doing.
Where are we? Carl. Let's get to the serious stuff, Liz. How are we looking for Wiltshires? I'm going to be honest with you, Carl. I look terrible. But do you know what? I learned this weekend, and I'm not going to name any names. I learned, stop clicking that pen, that some of my famous friends are planning to come and watch me, which is both horrifying, but of course, very flattering. So now I really feel like I can't let them down, and I have to do it. I can't fucking get out of it now. People have booked hotels. Come and watch.
Tell people how many training sessions you've done.
I don't want to. I'm embarrassed. It's so hard though. Like, there must be other people out here that reason with me. We run 3 businesses. We have kids. They go to different schools. They've got lots of stuff going on, after school clubs, stuff like that. Obviously, we've got the puppy, which is kind of my fault. And I just find it so hard to make much time for myself with the working and everything.
I think you could make the time. But because you don't like it, you choose not to.
Yeah, I could.
Like, if you had to, you could.
If I had to, I could.
But there's nothing wrong with saying you just really don't like training.
Well, I've always been open about that. I mean,
and I think that's the thing. Like, for me, it's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
I'm training.
Yeah.
Like, it's part of my life. I'm training. It's my 2 hours to myself.
You will sacrifice things to make that happen, won't you?
Whereas you won't. And you are ridiculously busy. Both of us are very busy. And it is difficult.
But I'm gonna have to start going in the evenings and work a bit less. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to, because like I can't go there and fail everything. I picked up a sandbag the other week. It came up, so that's good.
The good thing is the competition isn't that heavy.
It's not that heavy.
So it's not like unrealistic that you know, there's certain comps you could look at and it would just be stupid for Liz to do.
It would be
because
dangerous.
Whereas this competition isn't so heavy. So it is manageable in terms of, but you do need 2 or 3 months of consistent training.
Yeah.
Just for safety reasons, because you don't want to be trying to lift these things without having some
Christ, no, I don't.
decent training.
So Matty, we just talked about that, so you probably just heard us say we predict that Tom will win the stone at the strongest man on earth. Al Bundy is back. Thank you, Al, for the super chat. Sorry about the negativity. 2008 keg deadlift of yours was incredible. Did you feel an overload of adrenaline? I mean, you were everyone's hero there. I think it was a squat, wasn't it? The keg squat.
The squat in 2000. I did do the deadlift in.
Not in 2008.
When was I wearing the purple shirt?
2014.
2014, and that was against Mark Felix and
Zydrunas.
Yeah. I managed to beat.
That was a great group of deadlifters. Nick Best was there.
The 2008 one was the squat, and that was my first Worlds, and I was against Mariusz Pudzianowski.
Yeah, and Brian.
And Brian Shaw. Yeah, and Harold Haugen.
Yeah. And
I was against the powerlifting world champion at the time, Brian Siders, and I managed to win the squat, which was cool. But I don't know what was going through my head. Fear. Fear more than anything else. It was my first time at World's Strongest Man, and you're against these legends, and you're just like, just do something that shows you deserve to be there. And I actually dislocated my toe on the event beforehand in the truck pull. So my foot was throbbing. But it was just like fear that got me through that. And I
fear is going to get me through Wiltshire's.
I'd never actually pushed my squat to the max in training, so I wasn't sure what I was capable of. I'd done a squat event at Britain's Strongest Man, and I came second to Ollie Thompson, who was a really good squatter at the time. And I was working hard, particularly for reps on squats. I tended to do a lot more sort of sets of 10 rather than singles, so I was quite good for reps. And Jimmy Mark, who wrapped my knees for me, I forgot to pull the lever on my belt, so that was loose. And just fear was like, squat.
Donna forgot to do that on the
wrecking ball hold.
Yeah. Get her on the creatine, Loz. There will be no supplements. There will be no suits. There will be none of that. It will just be raw Liz.
Definitely.
Yeah. There will be no live stream, Monica.
Joe Oliver's in the house.
Sorry.
Hey, Joe, how you doing, buddy?
Bless him, Joe.
Joe, you did amazing this weekend. We were talking about you earlier. For those that don't know, I trained Joe. I think he has a big, big future in the sport. He was so disappointed in himself after the Stones. And
he's like 22 years and 5 days old, though.
Yes.
Isn't
he's
he?
got a massive future ahead of him. And, you know, to be top 5 in that lineup, he was on his way to Britain's Strongest Man, and he's normally such a good stone lifter. But stones are one of those events that everyone is. Mitch Hooper makes mistakes on stones. I've seen the only person I have once seen Tom Stoltman make a mistake.
Yeah.
But everyone I know, like even the best guys in the world, have messed up stones before.
Yeah,
it's just one of those events that is easy to mess up on occasion. But he has got a huge future, and I'm proud of you, buddy. And we spoke today. We're going to get you back working hard. Big comps to look forward to, and lots of improvement still to come.
If Liz can avoid zeroing every event, that would be amazing.
Yes.
I'd be devastated if I zeroed every event. Oh, nothing like peer pressure to get up that hour. Exactly, Leah. Honestly, I'm very stressed. Very stressed. It's hard to create a new habit. We're all creatures of habit. 100%. Like, there was a point where I was going to the gym all the time. It was before we lived here. We were saving to buy a house, living at my parents' house, and I had live-in babysitters. Like, living with your parents as an adult sucks. Living with you indoors as an adult sucks even harder, I'm sure. But live-in babysitters do not suck.
No,
it was great. I worked a 9 till 5.
We used to go to the cinema quite a lot.
We
and
used
go
to
on dates
go
then, didn't we?
dates all the time. I used to be able to go to the gym every other day. It was life was a lot easier back then. But never mind. Not complaining. I have a good life.
Lungu is in the house.
Yay, there he is.
Lungu, we're training tomorrow at 4. If you want to come and train, come down.
Will Loz film Liz? No.
I'll get someone to film her.
Yeah. Loz the winner.
Does anyone want to come and film Liz?
No, God, no, stop it. We don't need more people. No, I'm sure people will have their phones. That's enough. Old sort of potato quality far away shot of me is absolutely fine. We don't need anything good.
Are you going to look like a potato?
I'm not going to feel like one. Like Monica and Fred saying we need a live stream. We absolutely don't, Rick. On the verge of an anxiety attack. Congratulations to everyone that competed at England, especially my buddy Jack, who never stopped fighting. Fantastic stone run, always pushing me and motivating Uncle Coach Loz, best coach and friend.
Thank you, buddy.
Listen.
Yes, Jack did well. It wasn't the best events for him, but he kept fighting all the way through. And I was chatting to him earlier as well. So I chatted to all my athletes from the weekend. I had a few athletes competing in other comps this weekend. A couple of them won, which was cool. Yeah, it's been good. Joe does not want to see an Atlas stone for the foreseeable future. Atlas stones every week. Zeroing events is a part. Oh, I'm sure I could zero something 100%, but every event would be quite sad. Oh, very sad. I don't think it's possible for you to zero all those events. Surely not. No. I've already picked up that weight sandbag before, so that, yeah. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Yeah. I'm going to my first live strongman and woman event just to watch Liz. No, surely not. That can't be your first. I don't know if Nick's watching, but the organizer, he might have to get some extra room. Oh God, it's like a bloody nightmare. One that I can't wake up from. Oh God. Right, we're gonna have to go, guys. I've got to go to the gym. It's closed now. It's a Sunday night. Right. But thank you so much for joining us. We've got some fun videos coming up this week, haven't we, Lars? We're going to have our behind the scenes from yesterday coming out tomorrow. On Tuesday, we're going to have a bit of a strongman news video looking at some of the results and some of the stuff that's coming up. We've got a fun one planned for later in the week also, haven't we? Yeah, so look out for those, guys. Thank you, as always, for supporting us. Alex is going to do the security. Thanks, Alex. Just keep everyone out. That'd be great. Come on. We're going to get official strongman to come down and stream. Oh, God, no, stop it. Wrap it up. Guys, take care. Thank you for joining us this evening. We will speak to you soon. Have a good week. My wife wants to watch Liz. No, no one's invited. It's a closed set.